Hi there guys, my name is Josh. I am an independent creative in the UK, shooting video and stills these days. Now, for all video slash photography shooters like myself, you need good lenses, but when you start off, getting those lenses for a good price is pretty hard. So I've done a previous video on my channel about this Olympus lens, which is the F1.8 50mm Nifty 50 Zuiko. Sorry if I'm butchering the name there, I don't know how to say it. Now, to a lot of people, this is more of a cult classic. Quite a lot of people get into the Olympus OM range because you either shot film like myself and then moved on to adapting them to your mirrorless cameras and found that they're very cheap to buy and they're very cheap to adapt. And the results you get are quite astounding. Now, I decided to get myself a new lens. Now, this was equivalent of a 70mm or so for 1.5 crop factor. Now I wanted something for more portrait shoots, and what I got in the end was a Olympus Zuiko F3.5, sorry, 135mm. Now this is amazing. It's so small but so short and compact, and the focal range on this is equivalent to a 200mm rough about. And it is just the build quality and how much I paid for it will just astound you. I paid £15 in the UK, and the quality is honestly like a Zeiss lens. And I would beg to differ, actually. It's better than some of the ones that came out and you could find on eBay, as some of them have just been roughed up. But this one looks like it's never been in the package. The focus ring is buttery smooth. For anyone that knows how to manual focus like myself effectively, you'll just enjoy this lens quite a lot. Now, what's the bad points about this lens? I'd say maybe if it was an f2.8, there is an f2.8 version. Unfortunately, I haven't got the money to spend on this one, as this was £15, it was an f3.5, it's a stop less, and I just like to have an f2.8 as you get a more background blur for portraits, is especially useful. But you will find that when you stop the lens down, you get a lot more sharpness in the lens. But at 3.5 it's acceptable, but you will find some chromatic aberration in high contrast situations. But with bokeh and blur, you will find that this lens is still effectively do, because the more you push in and the more telephoto you get with the lens, you seem to compress the background a lot more. This is a negative slash I like creatively. There is pincushion distortion with this lens when you do open the aperture up to f3.5, but for portraits you won't really find it to be disturbing. As with wide angle lenses, any kind of barrel distortion kind of looks kind of ugly in its own way, but with this lens here, as it's pincushion, it gives the bokeh a nice like blur to it. So what I'll do is I'll post some images to the left and right of this screen here of images that I've taken with this lens, and I think you'll just be astounded at how much sharpness and creative skill you can go with this. I use this now in a nice little package, my 50mm for street shooting, and I also bring this lens for street portraits, as it's just a nice overall package together. Now, if you want to pick this up, you can find this on eBay for around £15, but varying quality. If you're lucky, try to bid on them and see if you can get in good auction, or they do come bundled with Olympus OM cameras if you want to get into film. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment below, or visit me on my Instagram, joshmaguire02, or you can find me on my website, joshmaguirephotos.com. Please again like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, and I'll create more videos. See ya.